all my crafty friends. So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough of my 2024 week in the life. Ended it up into 2 albums, as you can see, but I love this album. Love it. So I'm okay with it, but I hope next year I won't make it so chunky. You know, learn a few things, not realizing how chunky some things would be in it. I did some process videos, which were on my channel, but I did not do all of the days. My intention was to record all of the days, but, well, life had other plans for me, and I was not able to do process videos for the last few days. But it was pretty much the same for each day. So anyway, let's get started. We will go through, let's see, that's the second one. Move that off to the side here. So as you can see, I am doing the 6x8 Allie Edwards album. And this was my cover page. I did mostly in pocket, but some out of pocket. So I did a combination. I did use mostly her kit and stamps with a few items from previous years, and 1 or 2 things that were not an Allie Edwards item. So here's my cover page. This is the, I put the week that I did the week in the life, put this card, this story card, and then this chipboard piece, a week in the life, is outside the page protector, so it's right on top. Here's my reason why, and I used the Matco sticker paper, printed it and put it on here. Have a journal filler card, which is a Joyce Meyer quote. And I also have a picture from this week of me. Again, I use this as part of my opening. I did have the mini kit for people who that couldn't see themselves using it because they're single or live alone or something like that. You know, a lot of times you can use those elements in other things too. So not just the week in life, documenting your story. Getting tongue-tied here, guys, sorry. But I did put our week because I have fur babies. So this is my little mini dachshund, Chloe. This is a stray that took up at my house a few years ago. Her name's Farah. And this was another stray that took up at my house many, many, many years ago. His name was Boots. And since this documenting, he did pass away. So he was at least 20 years old, if not older. So I'm glad I documented him, because it was, you know, probably the last time I really did. So I'm glad I got that in there. I did love this. This was the die cut paper. It already had holes. It had the punch out pieces here that you just punched out. And I just backed it with some paper. I think this was Amy Tan, but I can't be positive. Then I used this vellum sheet, which is the same as the cover. I believe I printed this myself onto vellum, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. It might have come in the kit too. I can't remember. Been too long ago, guys, so forgive me. So anyway, I use this as a nice break between the entry and the first day. So day 1, every day is the day of the week transparency with the card adhered on the front. This is a vellum pocket with the card, which is the same color that matches the other products for the day. And I put what I'm grateful for each day on the back of the card. On the back of the card, I printed out one of the local newspapers that I did a screenshot of, and I printed it to put it on the back. I opened each page also with a full page photo. I tried to do something within the color scheme for the day. So the day is red, so I took a picture of a hibiscus and put one of the labels on the bottom. On the next page, of course, I backed it with another full page photo, and I was using these big transparency day of the week. I don't know, hope you can see that okay. And then the hello Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday cards, whatever, the day of the week. I stamped currently with the stamp set of the same font of the cover of the album. I stamped the day of the week, the actual date, and then used some sticker paper and printed out my journaling for the day on here. I used the high-low card next, and I put the temperature of highs and lows. And I used some stamp sets from Allie Edwards and the Paper Person for icons for what the weather was like. A picture of my office. So I did a picture that I put along the bottom representing each day and the weather and things like that. So I used the Me, Us, and You 2x2 cards from the mini kit. Just wrote a little bit, used ephemera and pictures to fill in the 2x2 pockets, the other 2x2 pockets. Also used the plastic day of the week banner piece and chipboard piece back to back so that it's on both sides. Again, just more. This is something I printed from an old either Day in a Life or Week in a Life kit from Allie many years ago. And then I just tried to use the color of the plastic banner within that day also to try and bring that repetition through and also bring it through the whole entire album. Just a picture of my work desk, getting gas. I used some vellum pieces. I tried to use as much as the kit as I could without overdoing it, if you know what I mean, so that I wouldn't put as much stuff in my stash. This is, I was pumping gas. I was getting gas in my car, but I also took it off the pump so you can actually see the price I paid, or the total price I paid. You'll see the price up on here, but also caught a reflection of myself taking the picture, which is kind of cool. Just used a piece of paper from my stash to fill in this day, because I really didn't have another photo to use, you know. So, use some phrase stickers, and these black chipboard pieces that you might see once in a while are me and my big ideas for my stash. This is where the bulk really started coming in. I took the half circles, put some netting, and sewed on the netting, leaving one edge, filled it with sequins and things, and made shaker pocket, closed it up. In the back, I put a full-size picture on the back side. And when I did this, this is what really added a ton of bulk. I just didn't think it would add that much, but it did. I also used the vellum 3x4 cards and did a quote each day. Again, used another filler card. Some days I had more pictures than others, right? So that's the way it goes. Got a picture from my son of my granddaughter at dinner, being funny and carrying on. It was so cute. So it was, he sent me a video and I took photos from the video. game I'm playing, some Happy Mail. That actually piece is from Everyday Explorers, and I got another one over here. She sends this. It's a thank you card. It's like a business card size, and you can cut these pieces apart and use them. So I happen to have that, so I put that there. I also used the 3x4 cards, just like Allie did. And since I had leftover pieces because the day of the week transparency, these came in 10x8, and my album's 6x8. I had to cut it down. I used the extra piece to stitch on to my 3x4 card. Excuse me. Used some pictures representing morning, afternoon, and evening. And on the back, I covered it with another 3x8 card following Denine's video that's on Allie's blog. So if you want to know, we took the digital version of this 3x8 card and altered it, making the color stripe on the right side instead, so the holes would be in the same place. And then each day, the nitty-gritty is in the color for that day. So red for Monday. I used the vellum piece, just punched holes in it and just put items in each one of them. But I did by the numbers for the week. So how many apps I used each day, how many bottles of water I drank, how many places I went, how many miles I drove, and how many different work projects that I worked on. And this is from Allie's kit. Oops. I'm going to have to put some glue on that. That's some Ellie Studio stars. These are some old Doodlebug pieces that you layer up. I've had these for years and years and had never used them, so I'm trying to use it. That's from the kit. This is a crochet piece that I got from a dollar bin at Michael's years ago, and that's me and my big ideas again, and that's from the kit. Then we go on to Tuesday, same layout as you can see. Each day I put Tuesday was, Wednesday was, whatever, and put something about it. There's my journaling. Again, my highs and lows, what the day looked like, some journaling on the Us, You, Me cards. This is some piece from a mail, some ephemera, different things, doing dishes, about the pink moon for the day, so forth and so on. There's the moon I took a shot of. Work, game, lunch, walking my dog. There's Boots, Chloe. Again, same thing. Oh, and I used the pleather piece for each day too, and I tried to alternate it on top and bottom to try and level out, so it's not thicker on the bottom or the top than it is the other, so it wouldn't, lay too flat on the other end, if that makes sense. As you can see, just kept doing the same thing. Picked up chilies that day. Me and my secretary went to lunch at Applebee's and got our favorite salad. This was news about a new items for annual pass holders at Disney, which me and my son and his family all have passes. My daughter doesn't. Getting ready for work the next day. My dog bringing me her toy to play with. Took a shot of the sky that night. Just from my car. My dog waking me up. Just cute little information about the dates of this week. I quote someone in Allie's either Facebook group or on her blog or something. I think it was a Facebook group. Had posted this, and I thought it was great, and I used it about what a boring home life is. And I used some washi layered up on both sides to represent the peach color for the day. The only thing about the vellum pieces was they didn't have a peach. It was black, so I just used the black in place of the pink. I mean, what else was I going to do? Oh, and I used sticker paper for my by the numbers, what each one was, and then I stamped with Stays-On ink the numbers. Some plumerias. Walking my dog. I didn't really have anything for the back of this, so I just used some paper in the color of the day and used this sunshine word and this little rainbow are both Allie Edwards. And I thought this was funny. Someone else posted this too. I like putting funny things in my stuff or unique or different things because over time it's just nice to know these things and how different it was from year to year. But it's describing the perfect date being April 25th from the movie. Piece of mail again. That's where I got my car, get my car serviced. My stuff, this is, some of these are word stickers, but some of these are a word phrase stamp that I have of Allie's. Can't remember what year it is. Some of my stamps, some cross stitch, this cute little thing my girlfriend bought me that has little drawers and stuff for my craft desk. Doing laundry, getting mail. Here I didn't have much to say or put, so I just did a filler card. I think that's from the filler card's Allie, but the rainbow is Heidi Swap. Some stuff I got at the store, me at work at the copier. I took, this is a screenshot of the Allie Live on Instagram. Laying in bed, watching probably YouTube videos or Netflix or something. Some different things from the day. Again, the same thing. So that is through Thursday. And then Friday. So I didn't do a new cover sheet. I'll just put on the spine volume 1, volume 2. There's my little Chloe. So as you can see, just kept the same repetition throughout pretty much. Amazon, Starbucks. This was the label for my Starbucks. There's Boots and Chloe. There's my Amazon at my front door. And I had gone out to the store to get new wiper blades for my car. I did a flip up of this. This was this popcorn popper I had bought earlier, but I had just read the instructions. Oh my gosh, guys, I laughed so hard because the marketing person on here needs to get a raise because they made this so funny. I had to take pictures to put it in there. It was just hilarious. Didn't really have anything for the back, so just used an old Allie Edwards card and a plastic piece from a previous year's kit. We had a class all day at work, so I was sitting here, so I just got up and walked, and took a picture of the whole room. This was just some of the stuff he had out, and there's my Starbucks. Feeding the dog, filling up the water dispenser, your usual stuff, everyday stuff. But I will tell you, doing by the numbers was kind of fun. I have to think of some different things to do next time, maybe. I don't know, but so Saturday, some weekends I just sit around the house. I don't go places or do much. Other times I'm constantly gone, so you never know. So this day I did quite a bunch of different things. I went out to the beach, got my car washed. There's another beach picture. Here's some stuff from a Sam's Club flyer. Things I seen on my walks, more of the car wash. Me taking pictures. So I have I should have grabbed it, but I didn't, and I don't know where it's at right now. But I have a DSLR, and then I had my phone, and I set my phone up on a holder on a timer so I could get a picture of me taking pictures of stuff. I mean, when you live alone, when you're single, you have to be creative with ways of getting pictures of you in the albums. I look at pictures from when my kids were growing up, when I was married and stuff like that. I took all the pictures. I was never in the pictures. It looks like I wasn't in my children's lives. I mean, because of that, so, of course, when they were really young and stuff like that, there were no cell phones like there is today. Smartphones didn't come out till they were much older. So, got to make up for that. So anyway, still at the beach. This is a boardwalk area that crosses over onto the beach side. I love this little area. And near the beach, someone had one of those gigantic skeletons, and it has a floral visor on its head, and it's behind these bushes. And I laughed so hard how they had that up there, and it's right near the beach, right? So I thought, oh, I love it. Someone has a sense of humor. Another flip up, I went to the movies. I seen this was my movie. It was Unsung Hero. Here's that walkway, that boardwalk I was telling you about, which is really cool. So you can see some days I have a lot more pictures. I can take a lot more pictures. When I'm busy at work, sometimes it's hard to think of taking pictures all the time or whatever. Not to mention, if you're doing the same thing the whole time, what do you take pictures of, right? So I try to get creative sometimes. But like this, I documented, I seen this hack on Instagram where instead of putting the butter on your popcorn, it just stays at the top, right? And no, I do not eat all that popcorn. I bring it home and finish eating it over the next week. But I have a past for the movies, so I can see up to 3 movies a week. I never do, but I still like to go to movies, and so I'll just go by myself, usually on the weekends or something. And but this hack was get one of those spray bottles, and you know, the ones that you can get like where the travel products are, like at Target and Walmart and stuff. Use one of those bottles, fill it up with the butter, and then as you eat it, you can just spray it on. It also helps control how much you're putting on all the time. So it worked like a charm. Loved it. This is just how gorgeous it was Saturday. Absolutely beautiful. Just more items. And then Sunday, I had seen where Animal Kingdom was celebrating Earth Day, but instead of doing it one day like Earth Day is celebrated, they did it month long. And this was the last weekend, so I decided to go. And yeah, I go to Disney all by myself. I don't care. Lots of people do it. You'd be surprised. Had a blast. Loved it. It was awesome. I can't tell you how many great pictures. Sometimes I meet my son and his family at different times, but he lives 5 hours away from me. And so Orlando's an hour and a half from me. It's several hours for him. So we meet there a lot. And then me and my girlfriend here go quite often too. So this was something I wanted to document. Was I have a lounge fly, a Disney lounge fly that I just keep Disney stuff in. So it's always ready to go. Here's my magic band. I got charger, a fan, sanitation, my silicone straw, Tylenol and Advil stuff, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. I also have PhotoPass, so they take photos and I get them, which is a great way for me to get myself into my own albums. These are some of the specialty things that they had at one of the restaurants for the Earth Day month. This drink, see, it comes with paper straw. I absolutely despise paper straws. Cannot stand them. I understand why they use them, but I hate them. So I have a silicone straw, which is I have one. It's this little tin, and it just folds in there. I have one in my purse and then one in my lounge fly. So that's my silicone straw I put in instead. I did the safari first thing in the morning because that's when the animals are really out and about. And this is not zoomed in. I was that close to that giraffe. It walked right beside. I could have reached out the Jeep and just touched it. I mean, that's how close it was to me. It was phenomenal. Loved it. That's me being silly driving on my way there that morning. Just some of this is when you have PhotoPass, you get all these lenses and you can do all these selfie pictures with it puts characters on you and by you and stuff. That's one of the birds in the aviaries. This right here is a backpack, a Disney backpack I have. Now, I don't always use that, but if I have a lot more that I need to bring for some reason, like we're there for days and we're going to do this after the park and I need a change of clothes, or I know that, you know, we're in a park where I'm going to get soaking wet and then we want to go to Disney Springs and I want to make sure I have dry clothes to put on, something like that. Things like that, then I'm going to grab that and then just put it in the locker or something. Just some of the animals. This was in Pandora. That's where I got that drink too, by the way. Afterwards, oh, this was part of that photo pass pictures he took, and it put this on it. That was pretty cool. I like that. And I went to the Rainforest Cafe, which is just outside the entrance of Animal Kingdom, to get something to eat before I drove home for the evening. So then this, I use this half circle, Dear You Love Me, just to write something to myself for the future. And I covered it in a paper, used a felt butterfly from Allie Edwards. And this was from one of the older stamp sets that I stamped out. This was just a highlight of something from each of the days, and I just simply remember. And a couple more pictures from Sunday on here. That's some of those. That's another one of those pictures from the lenses that they had in the photo pass. So that is all. So for people who don't think they have enough or do enough in their day or week to document, you do. It's just how you look at it, right? There's a lot of mundane stuff in these albums, very much so. But all that can change over time, right? What is going on this year doesn't mean that's the same that's going to happen the next few years, right? So just know your story is worth telling. It really breaks my heart when I hear people who think they have nothing to tell. Your story is worth telling no matter what. Look for things to document. Look for the boring home life, like that thing was talking about. You know, there's a lot to be said that you don't realize. So I encourage you to do that. And if you have any questions or want to know anything or particular or what products or anything, just let me know in the comments below. And until next time, bye-bye.